Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In my previous video, we have discussed the basic rules and concept of coded inequality. In this session, we will discuss the various questions from the topic of coded inequality. So let's just start with the question number 1. In this, we will know when the conclusion will be the type of either or. Then see the question. In the question, the statement is given R less than I, S is equal to C, S is greater than equal to I, and C is greater than O. And the conclusion is given O is less than I, S is greater than R, I is less than equal to O. Based on the statements, we will find which of the conclusions are true. So here you can see these are the small equations are given. You need to combine all the equations to form a single statement. So let's see here. If I will write R is greater than I. Here in the third equation it is given S is greater than equal to I. That means S is greater than equal to I means I is less than equal to S. So by combining these two first and third equation, I can write here R is greater than I and I is less than equal to S. Here I can write S is equal to C. Now C is greater than O. So I can write here C is greater than O. Now it formed a single statement. So from this statement we will derive which conclusion is definitely correct. So let's see the conclusion 1. Here it is written O is less than I. So we will compare the variable between I and O. If we compare the variable between I and O, then we can say the conclusion between them cannot be determined, because if two dissimilar inequalities are given between these two variables, so the conclusion cannot be determined. So here it may be I is greater than O, or I is less than O, or I is equal to O. These three cases are possible. So here I is greater than O is given, but I is less than O and I is equal to O is not given. So the first conclusion is wrong. So comes to the second conclusion. It is given S is greater than R. Here the comparison between two variables, that is R and S. Here also you can say there are dissimilar inequalities are there between these two variables. That means R is greater than S, R is less than S, or R is equal to S. These three are possible. But here it is given only S is greater than R means R is less than S is given, but R is greater than S or R is equal to S is not given. That means if we find this type of inequalities between these variables, we cannot derive the conclusions. So here the second conclusion is also wrong. And then comes to the third conclusion. Here it is written I is less than equal to O. Again the comparison between two variables, that is I and O. So here I is less than O and I is equal to O is given, but I is greater than O is not given. So again the third conclusion is proved wrong. So individually if we will observe that these three conclusions are wrong, but if we combine the first and the third conclusion, then we can see here it is written I is greater than O and I is less than O and I is equal to O is there. So by combining both two conclusions, one of the conclusion must be true. So we can say here the conclusion 1 or 3 is true. That means here the cases of either or will be required. Now take the second question from this chapter, where the different symbols are used to represent the relationship between two variables. Based on this, we will find out which of the given conclusion is correct. First of all, let us understand the given questions here. So here some information are given, and based on the information you will find the answer of the question. Here it is written A@B means A is greater than B. So wherever you find symbol, you will replace the symbol with the greater than symbol. Then second one is A*B means A is greater than equal to B. That means star represents the greater than equal to symbol. Then third one, A is $B means A is equal to B. That means dollar represent the is equal to symbol. Then fourth one is A%B means A is less than B. That means percentage symbol represents the less than symbol. Then A#B means A is less than equal to B. That means we can replace the hash symbol with less than equal to symbol. Then comes to the question type. If here it is given some variables and between them some symbols are there, and in the conclusion the two conclusions are there, that is K $Z or X@K. We need to find out which conclusion is correct. Before this, first of all, we replace these symbols with the inequalities. That is, here star means A is greater than equal to B, means I can write by replacing star symbol with greater than equal to symbol. Then @ means greater than, then we replace the @ symbol with greater than symbol, that is greater than K, and dollar with is equal to, that is K is equal to S hash, that means less than equal to, that is S is less than equal to Z. Then convert the symbols of conclusions. Dollar means K is equal to Z, and second one is X@K means X is greater than K. So now we will derive the conclusion from the statement. Here the conclusion is K is equal to Z. That means here it compared between two variables, that is K and Z. Here it is written K is equal to S less than equal to Z. That means Z is greater than equal to S is equal to K. Here S is equal to K and Z is greater than equal to S. So it is obvious that Z is greater than equal to K. But here it is given K is equal to Z. So the first conclusion is proved to be wrong. Then comes to the second conclusion, that is given X is greater than K. Here the comparison between two variables, that is X and K. Here it is written X is greater than equal to W greater than K. Here the relationship between X and W is directly known to us, but how we can compare the relationship between X and K? So if you observe that the inequalities between the two variables, that is X and K, is greater than equal to and greater than. So the relationship between X and K will be the one which is common in between two inequalities, that is greater than. So we can say here X is greater than K. In the conclusion it is directly written X is greater than K. That means the second conclusion is correct. Let us now take the next type of question, that is here it is given some information, and based on this information the statement and conclusion are given. We need to find out the answer. But here the equation is not given directly, it is given by theory basis. We need to derive the equation from this. Here it is written A@B means A is neither smaller nor equal to B. A is neither smaller nor equal to B means it is clear that A is greater than B. So I can write here A is greater than B. And the second one, A#B means A is not greater than B. That means A is not greater than B means A is smaller than equal to B. $B means A is neither greater nor equal to B means A is smaller than B. The next is A star B means A is neither greater nor smaller than B means A is equal to B. Then last one is A percentage B means A is not smaller than B. A is not smaller than B means A is greater than equal to B. So now here the symbol @ represents the greater than inequality. So whenever you find the @ symbol, you will replace the symbol with the greater than inequality. So likewise A has B has represent the symbol less than equal to, and dollar represent the symbol less than, star represent the symbol equal to, and percentage represent the symbol greater than equal to. And based on this we will define the statement. In the statement the few equations are there. By combining the few equations within a single statement we will derive the conclusion. Then in the equation it is given T has W. Here has represent the less than equal to symbol, that is T less than equal to W. Then W $Q. That means dollar represents less than inequality, that is W less than Q. Then Q percentage D means Q is greater than equal to D. Then D @ J means D greater than J. Now these are the small equations. To derive the conclusion from this statement we need to combine the small equation to form a single statement. So what we need to do is, here I will write T less than equal to W, then here W less than Q. So here I will write W less than Q, then Q greater than equal to D, D less than J. Now it form a complete statement. Then comes to the conclusion, we will replace the symbols with the inequalities, that is dollar represents the less than symbol, so we will write J less than T. Then comes to the second conclusion, that is T has J has represent the less than equal to inequality, that is T less than equal to J. Then in third conclusion, dollar represent the less than inequalities, that is T less than Q. So now we replaced the symbols with the conclusion, then we will derive the conclusion from the statement. Here the statement is given T less than equal to W less than Q greater than equal to D and greater than J. But in first conclusion it is written J less than T. So we will compare the two variables between T and J. Here it is written J less than T, but we cannot compare these two variables because if the dissimilar inequalities are present in between two variables, then we cannot compare these variables. So the relationship cannot be determined between them, because here T greater than J, T less than J and T equal to J, all the three cases are possible, but it is given T greater than J. So the first conclusion is wrong. Then comes to the second conclusion, that is T less than equal to J. So here also T less than equal to J, but T greater than J is not given, so the second conclusion is also proved to be wrong. Then comes to the third conclusion, that is T less than Q. Here the comparison between two variables, that is T and Q. Here T less than equal to W less than Q is given. So the relationship between T and W is directly known to us, but how we can compare the relationship between T and Q? So let us observe that two inequalities between the two variables, that is T and Q, is less than, equal to and less than. So the relationship between T and Q will be the one which is common in between two inequalities, that is less than. So we can write here T is less than Q. In conclusion 3, it is written that T is less than Q. So we found that the third conclusion is definitely correct. So in between first and second conclusion, it has written T is greater than J and T is less than equal to J. By taking both the conclusion individually, we will find the conclusions are not true. So by combining both the conclusion, one must be true, because these three cases are given in between two conclusion. So the answer will be third one, and either 1 and 2 is correct. Let us take the next question format from quoted inequality, which is simple as compared to second or third question. Here the statements are directly given to us. We just need to find out which conclusion is true. Here the question is, the statement is given T greater than U greater than equal to V greater than equal to W, and next one X less than Y is equal to W greater than Z, and the conclusion is given Z greater than U, W less than T. We need to find out in between which of the conclusion is definitely true. So if we look at the conclusion number 1, here the variable Z and U has been compared. So the conclusion is Z greater than U. Now from the given statement, we got the variable Z in the second statement, and we got the variable U from the first statement. So before compare Z and U, we just first need to connect both the statements. So to connect both the statements, we should have a common variable in between two statements. So the common variable is nothing but W. So I will write here W. Here in the second statement, W is greater than Z. So I will write W is greater than Z. Then Z is less than W, and from the first statement W is less than equal to V. So I can write here W is less than equal to V and V is less than equal to U. So let us see how the relationship can be established between Z and U. So here Z is less than W and less than equal to V. That means the relationship between Z and W is directly known to us, and we will take the relationship between Z and V, which is common in between two inequalities, that is less than. So we can say Z less than V, then V less than equal to U. Then in between Z and U, the common inequalities is less than. So we can say Z less than U. But in the first conclusion, it is given Z is greater than U. So it is clear that the first conclusion is wrong. Then from the second conclusion, it is given W is less than T. So from the first statement, the two variables T and W is there. So we will directly derive the conclusion from this statement. So here T is greater than W will be the conclusion, because the common inequalities between these inequalities are greater than symbol. So we will directly tell that T is greater than W. That means W is less than T. Then the answer will be the second one. So friends, as we have seen the different type of questions that we have solved from Coded Inequality chapter, that can be solved with some basic rules that we have discussed in first session. So whatever the questions may be, just try to solve this question with the help of these basic rules and you can get the answer easily. Thank you.